There we go. Okay, guys, so today what we're gonna do, after all of our long, hard work on our robots, and you guys have really been doing a great job working together, solving problems. That's the most important part of this process, is problem solving. Because as you guys have found out, once we get the robots working and you start decorating, kind of messes with the balance and the alignment and things like that, doesn't it? So it involves a lot of problem solving, which is the whole idea behind this lesson. So what we're going to do, one table at a time, is each group is going to present their robot to us. They're going to tell us what their robot name is. They're going to tell us what their robot theme is. They're going to demonstrate their robot's movement with the markers off. Is it okay if you're not finished?
Yes.
Is it okay if you're not finished?
Yes.
Yes, it is. Okay, this is not a final presentation of our robots. This is an in-process presentation of our robots. Once they have demonstrated for us, then we're going to open the floor to questions or comments or suggestions. Leah, I need you paying attention to me, please, darling. Okay? All right, so who is in your group?
Me, Bella, and
So these three ladies right here, this is our group. What is your robot's name?
Capri Sun.
Capri Sun. I like it, I like it. Mason, you can't stand there, baby. You're right in the way of my camera. Come around back here. Come around back here like I told you. There you
Robot
go.
is a duck and
It's a
not
duck?
a chicken.
It's not a chicken. Okay, thank you for clarifying. All right, you want to go ahead and give us a demonstration with your caps off? I like the feet on the end of the leopard caps. That's a good idea. Okay, here we go. Woo, check it out. Yeah, give it a hand, guys. Nice work. All right, who has a question first? Anybody have a question for this group? Question, go ahead.
Why
Michelle.
is there two yellow, but instead of there's like changing colors?
You're talking about the markers?
Yeah.
Okay, what's the answer to that, guys? Say it louder.
Because we just like the colors.
Oh, just chose colors that you like. Okay, that's a good answer. Hey, you go
Why
ahead.
did you stick with the original duck shape? Or like the original colors and not go beyond with better
Well,
colors?
we wanted to think of it like as the same thing and keep it as one thing, and we wanted people to actually understand what it was.
That's awesome. So you use the color to help unify your piece, right? Which is one of our principles of design, unity, which is really good. Awesome, awesome. Anybody else have questions? Questions first. What?
Does the battery pack lower affect how fast or slow the fan moves? If the battery pack lower, that affect like how it moves?
Maybe the balance, but probably not how fast.
You can see the
That's a
inside.
good
I
question.
put another stick here so it can pull it out from falling. It's like glittery.
Oh, I see. Yeah, you
Keep
guys.
balance.
Can everybody see that? So there's a clothespin and a wooden bead up inside to help add some weight. That was really smart, ladies. Good thinking. Very cool, very cool. Any other questions? Questions? How about suggestions? Anybody have suggestions how they can make their robot better?
If we look at acids.
Maybe the duckbill should come out a little bit.
Oh, that's a cool idea. The 3D dimension. And you guys have 3D printed wings, right? But I've got to get you guys today to add that on. So that was a good question. Yeah, 3D bill would be really cute coming out of that. I do, okay, I'll stop with that. It's a little feather piece and the air picks them up and they go everywhere. Oh, watch the blue gun. Careful. I do like the eyes though, don't you guys? I like the white dots on the eyes. It's really very cool. Very cool. Any other suggestions for this group, how they could improve or change their robot? What do you think, Charlie?
Maybe cover up the wires with some feathers.
Oh, that's an interesting idea. Did everybody hear that? Because some of you were talking about this. Cover up the wires with some feathers.
Or tape.
Some more construction paper.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't find that horribly distracting, but that is a good suggestion to try to cover that stuff up. That's the only bad thing about the robots, especially using the cups rather than the platforms like we did last year. Listen, please, Samaya. And Maddie, please listen. is with the wooden, not wooden, but with cardboard platforms that we did last year, it was easier to cover those things up because you had a little bit more space. But, you know, like I said, it doesn't distract me much, but that's a good point that somebody brought that up, that we could cover those wires with feathers or pom-poms or whatever else. Anybody else have any suggestions for this amazing? Great job, great job. Let's give them another hand, guys. They did a super job. Let's go ahead and roll back to the green table. I'm gonna adjust our camera action a little bit. Okay, so again, we gotta keep this area open. Ladies. Maddie, Leah, you can't share a chair, guys. You're gonna have to move because you're blocking the table. There we go. That's perfect. That's perfect. That's perfect. Gather around, move over this way. All right, so who wants to go first? This group. Okay, I'm gonna pick a number between 1 and 10. And whoever's closest is gonna go first. I haven't picked the number yet. Okay, got it. Got the number. What do you pick?
9.
9?
7.
7. 7 was my number, so you guys.
Yes!
All right.
It's always
What?
7.
So who is in your group, Samaya? Just the two ladies right here. Excellent. What's your robot's name? Okay, well, you put that on your planning sheet. Flander. And what is the robot theme?
It was supposed to be an octopus, but
Oh, okay. Okay. Do you have 8 markers on there? Let's see how the movement goes. Yeah, octopus would be challenging. Although you could still put little paper legs on it. Okay, guys, we're not talking because you're paying attention. All right. Very nice.
Perfectly.
So far, our movements
Whoa!
are fantastic. Uh-oh, hair got in the way. It's not attached yet. That's okay. That's okay. That's good enough. You want to turn it off. Save it.
It's gonna destroy my hair.
All right, so first thing, questions. Who's got a question for this group about their robot? What's the matter? Don't worry about doing that right now, sweetie. Do that just a minute. Put that back on. Okay, questions. I see Wyatt's hand. Go ahead, buddy.
Why did you add 2 cups? Like a cup and a half?
so if we were to put the head like behind it, it wouldn't look right. So we just added another cup and tried to put a head on top of it.
That was really brilliant, guys. And to be honest with you, I didn't even know. You did such a good job incorporating the second cup into your first cup that I didn't even see that. Good eye, Wyatt. I didn't even notice they had a second cup on there. That's brilliant.
Well, you can see because the
Yeah.
motor
Yeah.
has 2 cups.
Now that I see it, I can't unsee it. But for some reason, it was so smoothly incorporated into the design that it's really well done. Bella, what was your question, sweetie?
Are you gonna like change the theme, or are you gonna stay with all?
Probably change. We're doing a Barbie.
Oh, that's a cool idea.
It looks like Stitch.
Yeah, with the blue. You make it into Stitch. And is that okay, guys? What did we talk about? Is it okay to change your design? Yes. Absolutely. So that planning sheet was mainly to get your creative juices going, but as happened with all artists, just because we have a vision when we first start creating a work of art doesn't mean that our vision doesn't change throughout the process, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, how about, or did anybody else have a question first? Any other questions for this group? How about suggestions? Anybody have any suggestions for this group on the robot? Go ahead, Amy.
Kind of where that line is, I'd say that maybe cover up the engine a little bit more towards the front,
Are you talking about the battery pack or the motor?
or the motor.
Or the
Cover
y'all notice, can you turn your, let me, actually, let me hold your light just a second. Okay, here's another thing that I thought was pretty darn brilliant. Not only did they do a good job incorporating their cup, the second cup into the design, but they also did a really good job making sure that we had good movement for the propeller and everything, which was very creative. So is that what you're talking about, Aiden?
Yeah, cover it up a little
Covering
bit
that up a
more,
little bit
because
more?
that just makes it stand, that's what just makes it stand out more than the original design
Right.
to me.
I guess theoretically, and I think actually, I don't know if it's in this class or if it's in another class, I think there's actually a group that poked a hole through their cup. So just the little shaft is coming out from the hobby motor, and then the whole thing is actually up inside the cup, which is challenging because you gotta make sure, you know, that you can access it if it needs to be
Pretty
fixed.
smart though.
But it is, that's really smart. Thank you so much. Anybody else have any suggestions, guys? Please don't talk. Raise your hand for a second.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Charlotte.
Why did you add hair?
Yeah,
Barbie.
because we took the other piece off and I just pulled it out of that pom-pom piece.
So is that just a pom-pom kind of shredded apart?
Yeah.
Oh.
Very cool. Very cool. Very, I didn't remember us having any blue fur. You guys got creative with pom-poms. That's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome, pretty awesome. Anybody else have a question or comment for this?
Why did you add 6
Because if she added 6
Let them answer, guys.
Because when we only had 4, it kept leaning towards the rack because the motor was a little bit too heavy. So we added
6 months, help with balance. That was really smart. Was there any limit on how many markers you guys could use?
No, you can put 12.
Now, I did notice, do all the markers touch when the robot is in action? Not quite. Does that matter? Not
It's
really.
basically just for weight.
Yeah, if it's just for weight, it's not heavy.
it's for weight control.
It still works just fine and it weighs just fine, which is pretty great.
Ben, I
Anybody
like-
else have a question or comment for this group? Can we give them a round of applause? All right, so who is in the second group? Who's in your group, guys? Just you two guys. Okay, and Tristan on this one. Listen, please. Listen, please, guys. Listen, please, guys. Lady Jane, listen, please. Okay, so what's the name of your robot?
Detective Spec.
Detective what?
Detective Spec.
Detective Spec. I like it. And what's the theme?
A spy or detective and he likes to dress as a cowboy.
Ooh, a spy likes to dress up as a cowboy. I like it. That's fun.
And our batteries are dead. We only used it like 2 times for a little bit. I don't know why.
Oh, so it could be dead or it could just be wires need to be.
Yeah, I can fix the wires. I know how to fix it.
Yeah, we got a robot master over here.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah, but it could be bad.
Oh, no, that's ready.
That's okay, guys. It's okay.
No, that's.
Okay, gentlemen, what's happening is you are leaning on the buckets and you're turning some of them sideways. They need to all face out. So bring, come this way. There we go.
Now
There we
on the
go, guys.
master.
Yep, there we go. No, we're done. Yeah, Jason, get out of the way. There we
On
go.
the supply master.
Okay, so just tell us, when your motor was working, was it walking across the paper just
It
fine?
kept falling down.
Which way does it tend to fall?
It like
Fall forward.
that.
Tends to
It
fall
like
down.
jumped up in the
Yeah,
air.
what I
and fell
did.
forward. Yeah, but like
So you guys noticed they also incorporated a second cup into their robot, which is pretty cool. Do you think it's the weight at the top of the robot that's causing it to fall?
I don't know. When we tested the hat, it was pretty light.
Okay.
I think
Yeah.
it's actually the
That's-
marker is pulled out sideways, so whenever it vibrates, it might
No,
cause
this
that
is
to
this is keeping the back stable.
That's just to keep
The
the back
battery
stable.
pack and
Because
the monitor are on the same side, so we will keep falling because we're not balanced.
That could be. Does everybody see what Adele's
We were
talking
gonna do
about?
that,
But you said it fell this way, right?
Yeah.
So I would think if that were the problem, it would fall this way instead, because that's where the weight is. But it's hard to say. But we'll just keep fiddling with it and we'll see if we can't get it to stop working. Like even my example that I did for you guys, even mine was falling over after a while. Part of it too can be that a lot of this poster board had hot glue on it, or there's hot glue under the table. And so any little bump in the poster board could be enough to just, knock it so that it's a little bit off center. But